What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. We are back with the weekly news. Like I have said in the last one, okay, so this is our second time doing this. So for any of you guys who have not seen the first one or just are new to the channel in general, this is going to be a weekly just news series that we do on the channel, and it'll just be filling you in on just things that are happening in the car industry just over the course of said week. If that's something that interests you and you are not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And I also am building 2 cars on this channel, and if you're interested in that as well, again, consider hitting subscribe. It would mean a lot. And we are close to 500, so if you guys have not subscribed, or if you've been watching videos for a while, just double check, make sure you're subscribed, and let's try and hit the 500 before the end of this year. That would be nice. Without further ado, let's get into the news, and thank you guys for watching. This first story is something that I've actually wanted to talk about on the channel for a while now, but I never really had a reason or chance to. But now that we're doing these, I have a reason to. So let's get to it. So a judge in Florida found, quote, reasonable evidence that Tesla has, that their vehicles had autopilot misfunctions, and the autopilot just didn't really work as advertised. And they knew about it and continued to let the updates go out and to let people use the software as if it was, working as advertised, when in all reality it was not. Sadly, this instance that they are being sued over resulted in a crash that unfortunately killed the driver. Now, this is not the only crash that has happened with Tesla because of the false autopilot advertising. People don't really understand how much goes into making a car actually seriously autopilot. There's a lot of factors that go into whenever you're driving on a day-to-day basis that a computer simply cannot account for right now, especially not now. So the fact Tesla was, obviously they knew that their cars were not autopilot, and the fact that they willingly were advertising the cars as such and letting people operate them as such is very alarming, to say the least. And if any of you guys know me, you guys know that I do not like Tesla at all. And it's for reasons like these. Like, this specific thing is not the only reason, but they do stuff like this all the time. And they're just a dishonest and not a trustworthy company. And Elon Musk is a terrible, terrible representative of them. Everything. It's just not. I don't like it at all, and this right here is an exact reason, because literally because of their false advertising and them saying their car does something that it in reality doesn't come close to doing, has killed multiple people and injured others. So again, not okay. And like I say, we'll see what's going to happen with this lawsuit, because the judge only found that there's evidence there, and there has been no public thing made about what the result or what the suing family is going to be wanting out of Tesla. So I will update you guys if I find more information out about that. Our next story is an auction, actually. Lewis Hamilton's F1 car from 2013 that he drove in 14 of the 19 races that year, which I believe that year is whenever he made the transition from McLaren to Mercedes. And in that year, like I say, he raced 14 races in this specific chassis that was auctioned off, and it sold for $18.8 million, which is almost exactly $5 million more than the previous record for an F1 car, which was Michael Schumacher's car from 2003 with Ferrari. Some of the reasons this car is selling for so much, obviously, aside from the fact that it is Lewis Hamilton's car that he drove, obviously, it was the car that he won his first Grand Prix with Mercedes in, seeing as it was his first year in Hungary. Hungary, I believe. Yes. And he finished third also in Malaysia, China, and Belgium in this car as well. So the car has some history behind it, of course. And I mean, 18 million, almost 19 million speaks for itself. I'm actually very interested to see what in the future these Red Bull cars that Max Verstappen is driving right now are going to sell for. That is going to be crazy. So I kind of want to fast forward like 10 years and see, how much they'll sell for. That'd be kind of cool. All right, our next story is another thing that I've actually wanted to just kind of mention because I just think it's really crazy that companies are even doing stuff like this. BMW is charging for you to be able to take your wheels off. Now, let me explain. So, in Europe, you can buy center lock wheels on your BMW. Like if you get a M3 or M2 or whatever car of your choice, you can option it to get center lock wheels. Again, this is in Europe. This is not in the US right now. I don't know if it'll ever come to the US. It might at some point. But right now, this is just in Europe. But the wheels cost about $13,000 US. Normally, you would think you buy center lock wheels and you're going to be given a tool to take off the wheels. Not in this case. BMW is making you pay for the tool to take off your center locks. It's either that or anytime you want to take your wheel off, you got to bring it to the dealership and let them do it. And I mean, you can see where that is a problem and pretty annoying and just wild on BMW's part. And they're not the only car company to do stuff like this. Like I know some of you guys have probably seen, I think, is it Audi, if I'm not mistaken? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but that was like making you pay for the radio or something like that. Or maybe that was BMW too. Was that BMW also? I think that was BMW also making. I don't know. It was one of those German companies, and they tried to make you pay for the radio. Like that's crazy. But like, bottom line is, it's wild that companies are doing stuff like this to try to pull out every little dollar from you when you already are buying a $60, $70, $80,000 car, especially in these BMW M models. Some of those like bigger numbers, like the M6, M8. Those are like $100,000 cars if you option them out. So like, you want me to pay like another like couple $100 to you just so I can take my wheels off? That's crazy. Some additional information on BMW while we're on the topic. They also this week trademarked the name IM3. So it's for obviously whenever their cars in the future are going to be electric, so that way you can identify the difference with the name. Instead of it being like how they are now, like the I drive or IX drive number, you know what I mean? Like it's really confusing right now. So instead it'll be IM3 and just regular M3 for the combustion engines. Makes it a lot easier for you to know if it's electric or not. Alright, and our last story is kind of just something I wanted to throw in here. I just thought it was kind of funny actually. This dude in California, he tried to fool the computer system and tried to get out of getting tickets essentially. And he had a vanity plate with the and it was customized and it said null, Null. And his plan was anytime the computer got a ticket addressed to null, it would just issue it to like no plate at all, because I'm assuming in the system whenever there's like some kind of invalid plate or anything like that, the default like abbreviation for what it does is null or something like that, whatever. And it worked for a while. It says for about a year it worked, and then he tried to register his car online, and whenever he went to type in the null license plate that he has, it broke the site. So weird, whatever. And he goes on about his day, I guess. And it says here that a couple of days later, he was hit with a parking ticket. And after he got that parking ticket, a whole bunch of tickets just started coming to his house. And obviously, he was confused as to where all these tickets were coming from. And in total, all the tickets he received ended up equaling just under $12,000, which is crazy. And I'm gonna read you guys this little bit of the article here to explain why he was getting these tickets sent. And it says, apparently a private operated citation processing center kept a database of outstanding tickets attributed to a null plate. These are tickets with missing or incomplete plate data, but the system in question wasn't sophisticated enough to differentiate the two inputs, so automatically sending all null tickets his way. So basically, because of his plate and because the system didn't know the difference between his plate and the invalid plates, it sent all the tickets for every invalid plate it had and the tickets he had, and it just sent them all to him. So now he has to deal with that. And I just thought that was kind of funny. It was like his whole plan kind of like just backfired on him, and that's really tough. Hopefully he doesn't have to pay all that, but at the same time he was trying to manipulate like the system, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah. And with that, I'm gonna end this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, if you guys just enjoy this, just want to stay informed, or if you guys are looking to stay tuned in with my builds, please hit subscribe and leave a comment down below and let me know any stories that maybe I missed that you think I should have talked about, and maybe I can talk about them in the next one. Or just if you want to comment on something that I said in this one, please do that. Love to have a conversation with you guys. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.